The girls traced the strange hermit man to a swamp, and they ought to look for him there as Merlinda ordered Alex to assist Tyler and Celia in repairing the recently damaged rescue center. The girls were tracing the location of the hermit with a GPS through the woods when they encountered some traps along the way, except Shasha, who got caught by one of them, and Nerissa freed her. The girls arrived at his shack as Shasha proceeded carelessly, but luckily, she was able to evade the traps, and they made their way to the building. In there, they found maps, items, and a prophecy about her people as the hermit arrived and tried ushering them out when Merlinda showed him the trident ring as he was able to recognize it and attack them. Nerissa tried to defend her, but she was defeated, forcing Merlinda as she brought out her trident, and the hermit in shock realized she was the princess, but Nerissa sends him into the water nearby as he transformed to a merman, and he swam off before they could ask him anything. Back at Barbarossa's lair, the monster arrived with pearls as they were able to retrieve pearls from all but one oyster bed as he plans to absorb its power, becoming all-powerful. Back at the shack, the girls realized that the hermit was able to locate the last oyster bed, and they rushed to meet Tyler and Celia to help them track it. They were able to trace the location to a dormant volcano as Fred called, stating that he figured what was wrong with the bracelets and he could fix it. They hung up the call as Fred looked around for nickel sulfate as he checks the basement and was terrified on seeing large amounts of polluted gas there. Still looking around, he tried opening a door and clashed with his dad, who was terrified on seeing him in the basement, and ushered him out. His dad had a flashback of when he was a poor treasure hunter who came across a large pile of pirate treasure. He heard a sound from a sword and pulled the sword up, accidentally freeing the evil pirate Barbarossa, who had been trapped there for a long time. In exchange for his life and riches, the evil pirate struck a deal with him, a deal he cannot refuse. The girls arrived at the location, but there was no entrance, but Alex, using his echolocation, was able to locate a tunnel in the wall as Merlinda used her magic to try to create an opening. The others joined her, and the intensity of the magic was sensed by the sea witch and the pirate Barbarossa. They realized the mermaid had found the last oyster bed as the pirate rallied his sea monster and monster Chris as they decide to go after them. They succeeded in opening an entrance, but they were halted by a giant octopus, the guardian of the pearls. They attacked the guardian as Merlinda ordered them to stop, as the guardian was not their enemy. The guardian captured them all as Merlinda was able to speak to it and showed the guardian her mother's trident as he recognized the late queen and freed them, and they went into the tunnel. The girls arrived at the oyster bed and found a lot of pearls there. They began gathering the amount needed to save Mertopia when the pirate Barbarossa arrived and attacked as the girls transformed to their various mermaid form and defended the pearl fiercely, but Barbarossa used the larva in the dormant volcano in his attack, and they lost most of the pearls in the process. Barbarossa left the volcano as it was about to erupt, and Tyler urges Alex as he used his powers to send the rock into the larva, and they stayed on it. The volcano shoots them out as Merlinda used her powers to cushion their fall, and they landed safely on their boat. Barbarossa was still present as he and monster Chris charged towards the boat as the guardian appeared and restrained them, and they were able to escape. Back at the lair, Barbarossa was pissed as he couldn't get the remaining pearl when Mr. Red, Fred's father, arrived. Barbarossa handed him gold coins and ordered that he bring more waste, but Mr. Red was fed up and decided to break the deal. Barbarossa threatened his life, but realizing he would not yield, threatened the life of his children, making him scared as he ran off to get the barrel of waste for the pirate. The girls and guys were happy to acquire some pearls when Fred rushed in as he was able to repair Merlinda's bracelet, and as Merlinda activated it, she spoke to her dad, who told her that her mum, who she thought was late, was alive and has returned to Mertopia. With 2 pearls in their possession, the girls, delighted, decides to return to Mertopia. The seals told Merlinda of an easy passage to the portal where the monsters drop polluted barrels as they decide to return at night, although Tyler doesn't seem happy about their return. At night, Tyler and Celia rode the girls and Alex to the middle of the portal to Mertopia, and it was now time for them to leave. The barrels were placed before them as Nerissa thanks Celia for her help, while Merlinda comforted and thanked Tyler for his role and promised that he will be able to visit Mertopia when everything is over. The girls all got into the barrels as Tyler and Celia rode them to the middle of the ocean, close to the portals, and dropped the barrels. The girls arrived close to the portals swarming with monsters as they all got out quietly except Shasha and her mare pet, who happened to be stuck in one of the barrels. Nerissa used her magic to free her, but this attracted some of the sea monsters, and as they ran towards the portal, the king and his guards attacked the monsters, giving them enough time as they all got into the portal and closed it. They were now in Mertopia as Merlinda reunited with her dad, and also her mum, whom she thought was late. Shasha and Nerissa were also reunited with their parents as Merlinda brought back 2 new pearls, a symbol of hope for Mertopia. The king placed the pearls as light shined in Mertopia again, But the king got exhausted as most of his life force had been drained, but he shook it off and declared a royal celebration for his wife and daughter's return. Merlinda woke up to a new day in Mertopia as she ran to the palace and met her mom as she had a lot of questions for her. Merlinda asked where she had been all through the years as her mom told her she had been the pirate prisoner for many years, and as no one came to rescue her, she rescued herself. Merlinda showed her mom the necklace she gave her when she was young, and also her trident ring, but she was acting weird and seemed not to recognize them and left with the excuse of checking up on her dad. The grand celebration was held as the king graced the occasion as Merlinda, Shasha, and Nerissa sung and danced, entertaining the crowd. They were still entertaining the crowd when the king suddenly collapses and was taken into the chamber, but her mom wouldn't let her see the king as she met her friends feeling sad. Shasha felt everything was weird and told Merlinda the queen might not be her real mom, but this made Merlinda sadder. Nerissa also seemed to be disgusted by her utterances, and they left, leaving Shasha still in doubt as she decides to investigate herself. Shasha turned invincible and sneaked into the king's chamber and saw the queen with the marble cone snail, as she quickly had a flashback of how she was taught the snail is the most poisonous in the sea. The queen was about piercing the king with it when Shasha stopped her, and as they were going back and forth with it, guards rushed in as the queen accused Shasha of poisoning the king, and she was taken away as they retrieved the poison from the queen as they decide to guard the king from now on. Shasha happened to be live streaming at the time as Nerissa and Merlinda came to her rescue, and together, they were able to expose the imposter queen while she was trying to steal the pearls. The king and his guards were also present as the imposter revealed her through form as the sea witch. The sea witch attacked them and made her way out with the new pearls as the king tried stabilizing the old pearls while Merlinda and her friends left to capture the sea witch. The sea witch was escaping with the pearls when Merlinda and her friends spotted her and gave chase. The witch reached the portal, took down the guards, retrieved the key, and opened it, with Merlinda and her friends following right behind her. The girls fell into the witch's trap as Alex was struck while the girls were laced with venom and they were paralyzed, and the sea monsters captured them to take them to the pirate's lair. Alex managed to survive the whole ordeal while the king got depressed because the portal mechanism had been damaged, and he couldn't go through to rescue his daughter. Stay tuned for more episodes on Mermaid Magic, and also watch previous episodes on this channel to get a better understanding of this episode, and in the meantime subscribe to It's Mythical for more mind-blowing recaps like this. Thanks for watching.